We're headed to New York.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Decatur County 4-H Fairgrounds. It is Monday evening, and this is Live at 5, presented by the Holzbosch Dairy, and powered by Cobia Solar, live from the Final Solution stage in the Farm and Home building. We've got a great show for you this evening, and Emily, it's Monday at the fair, which means we're 3 days to go.
We're officially over the halfway point. We have made it. And what a busy day today was. We had the beef show going on. That's concluded. The poultry show. Horse and Pony had their mini 4-H show today. The 4-H buildings are now open. There's clouds of we're getting a little clouds going on out there, but so far, no rain. So we're good about that.
And I think we're going to make it.
You think so?
I think so.
All right. And so tonight's one of my favorite nights. It's frog jumping contest. So that is sponsored by Farm Bureau. That'll take place at 6:30 tonight here in the Farm and Home building. And before that will be the Cornerstone Bakery first ever Decatur County Fair Donut Eating Championship. Those that'll be eating tonight are all going for a not-for-profit agency. So I believe there's 5 different representations tonight, and we'll be excited to see how that goes.
I talked to Calvin Venable today, and he said that he was not eating anything all day in anticipation of the donut eating.
He was saving up the stomach space.
I guess.
Okay, we'll see what happens, won't we?
We will. So that'll be this evening. But then also the Midway opened at 5, so that is up and running as well. So Lures Ideal Rides are out there, and it's also a special ticketing.
It is. Tonight is the one ticket ride night. So no matter what ride it is one ticket. So I look for the Midway to get extremely busy here in a little while. If you are thrifty with your tickets, you know tonight is the night that you can get absolutely the best value for those.
That's right. And of course, we still have to figure out which ride Emily's going to force me to do.
Force? That's getting extreme now.
That is completely accurate.
You're not sweating anymore when you talk about it, so that helps.
And also, so between that, we'll also have Fashion Review tonight at 7 here. So the Farm and Home building is really, really packed this evening, along with the Midway. And then the Napa Region 2, or NTPA Region 2 tractor pulls are this evening. That will start at 7. The gates are already open for that. As always, pit passes are $30, grandstands are $10, and 5 and under are free.
I look for a good turnout for it tonight. I've seen several semis coming in, hauling those in, so I think they're going to have a great tractor pull, and hopefully the weather holds out for that as well. We do want to tell you, we talked with Boy Scouts yesterday, and we wanted to let you know at the Boy Scout booth, if you're interested in joining Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts, they do have these nifty little cards right here in my hand, so I wouldn't forget. But it has a QR code on it, and you can scan that. You can put in the city, which is Greensburg, or pack number 578, and that'll get connected to Boy Scouts, so that you can get signed up or you can inquire with more information. So make sure it's really hot out today, and Boy Scouts has those bargain drinks for $2. So make your way over there to get one of those.
That's right. So it's been a very busy day already at the fair. I know there's been a lot of shows going on today. I worked the Optimist booth today for a lunch crowd.
Did you cook?
I made taco salads and nachos. So that's...
Call it what you want.
That's cooking. I'll call it cooking.
Okay. For you, it's cooking.
Done. So it was a pretty good turnout after the beef show today, which obviously usually has a pretty big crowd. And then we'll look forward to the rest of the week and the shows that are going on. But I always encourage folks to get out, check out all the projects that have been awarded in all the buildings. Take a look at that. Visit the vendor booths as we are nearing the end. And so some of those will start to leave, I believe, on Wednesday.
That's right. So it's the time is limited. I really think it's important that you go out and see the 4-H projects and the open class projects. People put a lot of time and effort into those. So I think it's great to show that appreciation. And make sure you see the work and the talent that's right here in Decatur County. Well, we've got a night full of guests tonight. I'm excited about that. We want to thank our sponsors quickly here: Decatur County REMC, Obermeyer Agri Group, Decatur County Recycling, the Napoleon State Bank, Stone's Farm Service, George's Pharmacy, Sear Heating and Cooling, Acre Automotive Group, Kokemeyer Brothers, and Dave Henderson for Decatur County School Board. We'll be back in 2 minutes live from the Decatur County Fairgrounds. Welcome back to Live at 5 on WTRE. We're coming to you live from the Decatur County Fairgrounds, and we've got our first guest of the night.
We do. So we are joined by Joanne Cunningham, who's the Executive Director of the Decatur County United Fund. So Joanne, you've been doing this for several years. People know the United Fund, but for those that maybe don't, why don't you tell us a little bit about the United Fund and what it is that you all work on year-round, not only during the campaign?
Okay, so I am Joanne Cunningham. I'm the Executive Director, and I've been there going on almost 16 years now in March. So yes, I'm very excited about that. Still passionate about the work that we do and love what we do. United Fund supports nonprofits throughout the community that's trying to meet needs of individuals. Our goal is always to move people to self-sufficiency. We want people to be self-sufficient and be able to overcome the obstacles that they're working on. We never know what somebody's story is, and I've learned a lot about that over the last 16 years in this role, that we should never assume what somebody's story is. Families, neighbors, friends sometimes have struggles that are not necessarily out on the surface that we see, but are behind closed doors at home. And many of the agencies that we support help individuals overcome those obstacles. And we fund those so that agencies do not have to concentrate on fundraising 24/7. We want them to be able to concentrate on offering those programs and services. So we do run a campaign, we do have other initiatives and things that we support, but our goal is to support positive change in our community for individuals that are struggling.
I think the diversity within those 16 agencies is such a broad spectrum. So can you kind of give us an idea of some of those agencies that are covered under United Fund?
And Emily, that's one of the things we're very, very proud of, because our agency partners are a very diverse group of agencies. And I'm going to mention them just for the fact I think it's important to give them all kudos, because they are very diverse. Champions of Youth, Advocates for Children, Carousel Play and Learn, Human Services, Head Start, the Decatur County Family YMCA, the Speranza House, our hospice, Decatur County Youth Baseball, Decatur County Kids Closet, Girl Scouts, Children's Advocacy Center, Turning Point Domestic Violence, Catch a Ride, the Community Healthcare Clinic, and Bread of Life. So we're supporting everything from food insecurity to domestic violence to women's recovery. Very tough issues. Ours isn't the fun stuff. And sometimes people look at me and say, how do you keep sharing and marketing and doing what you do? Because it's very challenging issues, and not things that are just come in, take one step and you're overcome that and you're done. It's more of a process with many of our agency partners, and I think that's our biggest challenge, is keeping staff that stay in that and work and help people work through that process and really creating that positive change. So very challenging work that we support, but we also know if those resources are not here in Decatur County, and I've mentioned this before, most of those resources are in Indianapolis or Bloomington or Richmond, and transportation is usually the biggest obstacle to overcome. So that makes it very difficult for people to get to those destinations, even to receive the information to possibly make that change. Where when we have that local resource, it helps the family move through the process much quicker and much more flawlessly to get through and have a better outcome.
Now, you guys do a large campaign, and that we'll be approaching that here before too long.
Yes.
So tell us what goes into that campaign, because this is a large campaign.
Yes. So when I first started in 2008, our campaign goal was $265,000. And we supported at that time, I think, 12 or 13 agencies. Last year, we reached over the $600,000 mark, and we support 16 different agencies. So it takes a lot of time and prep. I'm the only full-time staff we have. We have 2 other part-time staff. So we don't have 10, 15, 20 people to lean on to go through this process. We're lean, mean, and mighty, as we say. We hope we're very efficient in what we do, but we also know if we don't reach goal, then we'll have to cut somebody's budget somewhere. And our ultimate goal is always to reach campaign, and hopefully we're successful at that. And our goal this year is the $555,000. We raise dollars every year, then we distribute it out into the community. So we are a little different, and sometimes people think and confuse us with the Community Foundation. We partner very well on many things. Sometimes what we can't do, the foundation can. and sometimes they'll send people to us as well. But we have to raise dollars every year. We are at the mercy of companies, individuals, and our fundraisers, which we have 2 of. But those dollars, every dollar counts towards United Fund when it comes to our work. So a $10 gift is just as valuable as a high dollar gift because it all adds up and helps us reach that goal.
I think one of the great things you do too is you work with your employers in the community to do direct withdrawal or direct deposit,
Yes.
donation, so that can be helpful, right? People can give more if they give a little bit at a time.
Yes.
And so how many employers, or what are the big employers in our community doing to help support the United Fund?
Many employers, examples that come to mind would be Honda, Delta Faucet, GCOM, First Financial Bank. Many of them, with a large number of employment base, allow their employees to do payroll deduction, and then those payments just come to the United Fund after they're collected, and then we distribute those dollars out into the community. But those companies are good stewards year-round. Josh and Emily, they're participating in our Day of Caring, which is our day of service out in the community. They're helping us at the Strawberry Festival, getting orders out and doing all those things. They're very active in our work. They attend our United Fund auction in November. So they're about being good stewards of dollars and from a corporate perspective in giving, but they also are very actively involved in the community. We can have a need arise with an agency, and I can send out an email to a couple companies, and we can be surprised sometimes as what their employees can come back and give back to the community and help our agency out with. So very engaged with them. I understand corporate dollars are very valuable as well, and they want the most bang for their buck as well, just like any person would that gives to something. They also want to see that that work is happening. And I think United Fund is very good at sharing what our partner agencies are accomplishing throughout the year, and they see that work literally happening and see the benefit of it to those that are participating. And I think sometimes, and I've said this before, when you donate to something, ask questions. United Fund really welcomes that. We have an open door because we want you to feel very comfortable with how you donate dollars and the impact that those dollars have. And I think sometimes you give to things and you never hear another word about it. You never know how much they raised. You never know who benefited from it. And I think United Fund's tried to be very transparent in sharing that information. We'll continue to do that.
Right, and United Fund has been, was it last year we celebrated 40 years? Has time gotten away from me?
No, we're a little bit more than that. I think we're in our 60-some years,
Okay.
62 maybe, yes.
62,
Yes.
60. I just remember you had the big campaign a couple of years ago.
1957. What's that make us, Josh? 67, is that right? 57 was our year that we were incorporated. So how many years old are we?
It's been a while.
Yes. And
It's long
we can't do our
substantiated.
math, yes. But we've been around for a long time. I think when they first started, their goal was like 52,000 and they reached 45, 46,000, and they were so proud of that. So longevity has a lot to do with it. We do more now than we've ever done. Before, we literally just raised dollars and that was it. We have a lot of other initiatives that we partner on in the community as well.
I think one of the other things too is the ages that are impacted, right? You have everything from youth through middle life to end of life care that you help support, and a lot of people do see that and they feel like they can donate one time to United Fund, and then that makes a difference in a lot of different organizations.
Right. Child care is very important for our working families. We want to make sure we have that. That starts with our youth, all the way up to, like you said, Josh, with transportation. We do have seniors in this community that have no vehicle. Can you imagine that happening to you and I? We would be in a panic mode, right?
And the hospice bereavement care is
Yes.
obviously a big
Yeah, we had 400 and some individuals in Decatur County alone take advantage of hospice and bereavement services here in Decatur County. So a very important role for a grieving family. Sometimes it's children. Sometimes it's a spouse that's lost someone. So those services are very important. So there's no real limit as to who could be served under our umbrella, because as you mentioned, our hospice with bereavement serves all the way from the EVA camp that kids can go to who have lost someone, all the way up to a whole family that's benefiting from those services. So, yes.
Well, Joey, before we take our next break, how can they get a hold of you at the United Fund if they want to donate, help, volunteer, or learn more?
Decatur County United Fund, you can call 812-663-3342. You can also go to our website at dcuf.com. There's a donate QR code on the website. We have a drop slot to the right of our door. You can drop a check off if you would like to do that. You can come in and talk to us. We are located at 108 South Broadway. Very easy access. We can see Taft Furniture's window right across. We're glad to have some new neighbors there. But yes, we're right downtown where it's easy for anyone to get to us. Call if you have any questions. We would be happy to talk to you.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you being here.
We appreciate the partnership with WTRE. You guys have been phenomenal, and we just appreciate that avenue of us for sharing as well. So thank you for all you do, and obviously the mayor for the great work that he's done here in our community.
Thanks, Joanne. It takes a whole team, as you are
It does.
well aware as well. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break. We'll be back from the Farm and Home Building at the Decatur County 4-H Fairgrounds right after this.
Welcome back to the Decatur County Fairgrounds. It is a Monday night. The humidity has turned itself up as we progress throughout the show. And we are joined tonight by Rex McKinney, CEO of Decatur County Memorial Hospital. Welcome and thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me. Glad to give an update tonight and spend more time at the fair. It's been fun the last few days.
Yeah.
I've seen both of you out here, so.
We've been here each night. So DCBH has a tent out here sort of on the north end of the fairgrounds. Are there certain things you're doing this year out here?
Oh yeah, every year it's really important for a small hospital like us to connect well with the community. And what better way to do it than be here at the county fair every year. And we do have a tent. Several of our team members have been here each night, connecting with our community, promoting some things. We have some great giveaway items, television, some, a couple other items, gift cards, that sort of thing. And we also take blood pressures for anyone who needs it. And in the heat we've had and the humidity, we've had a few people take advantage of that. So, but tonight we have something really special going on. We have what's called an emergency blood kit. And in today's active society, our community is very active. Agriculture, unfortunately, there's some accidents that happen that cause people to bleed. But we partnered with the hospital foundation, and we have emergency blood kits, and we're giving those items away. But there's also some demonstrations for our community. So we're going to be doing that this evening with our team. Yes, there's several team members there. We have some nurses there, some medical assistants. Just to demonstrate this, our foundation leader, Amanda Lorem, is there tonight. So it's these kits are very important from a safety standpoint. That everything there, as far as a tourniquet, some blood stoppage material. So it's just one of those great community outreach things that we do.
We traditionally hear those, the Stop the Bleed kits, I think is sort of the name that people know them by. And we're seeing those added to first aid kits and AEDs, and the GPD and GFD just added the Life Vac, which is the removing of something lodged in somebody's airways. So those kinds of kits are becoming more common. Schools have them now. So I think it's really great that DCMH and the foundation have partnered to bring that together and to present it here at the fair. So well done. And that's a big deal. You guys are really interested in continuing to have access to care and making sure that people have better access to care. So what are some of the other initiatives that you're working on?
We're very active in that. And you're right. Access to care is extremely important in our society today. And over the last year or so, we've really focused on adding providers, adding physicians, adding nurse practitioners. And believe it or not, there's 9 additional providers in our community that were not here 2 years ago. So most recently, we've added Dr. Jelinich, Dr. Stefan, 2 great physicians that wanted to serve in our community. And so we positioned ourselves very well to meet the day-to-day care needs of our community. And if you call DCMH today at 812-222-DOCS, same-day access appointments. Now, it may not be the provider of your choice. It may not be your preferred provider, and we know that is very important for people. But the access to care and being able to get an immediate appointment when you need it on your terms, I think is really important. And we're just so fortunate to be in a position to offer that. Along with that, we've enhanced our online portal access. So at dcmh.net, individuals can sign up for our portal. You have to have an account to do some of this. But one of the nice things about the portal is you can communicate directly with your care provider and the care team and manage your care appointments, ask questions, schedule appointments. So we have some providers that have opened access where the patient actually schedules their own appointment. So it's fantastic news for our community with regards to access to care. Another great initiative has been an initiative for quite some time, the rehab building. We were talking prior to going on air, but the rehab building, the medical office building, we're fully moved in now. Our physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech team, cardiac and pulmonary rehab. And we actually have an orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Eric Tannenbaum, relocated his practice to be right on site. So it's great access to care in a great facility. In addition, Dr. Jelinich and Laura Grivey, from a family medicine standpoint, they're located in that facility as well. So some great growth from an access to care in our community. So very pleased to be in that position. As you look around in healthcare today in rural health, it is very challenging from an access standpoint to recruit providers who want to be in a small community. And we've had great success because we have a great community. Just come out to the fair and see the great community, the atmosphere. We care about one another, and DCMH is here to meet the healthcare needs of our community.
I think too, Rex, it's important. I'm going to say we in this because I am proud to be a provider for DCMH, but we have great access and collaboration with so many specialists, and those specialists have now opened up their schedule. We're able to get our local people scheduled very quickly with them.
Yeah, that's extraordinarily important. Keeping our patients local, our community members local. We can't do everything, but we can do a lot. Believe it or not, we have over 15 specialties right here at Decatur County Memorial Hospital. I mentioned orthopedic surgery, but foot and ankle, we have specialists in podiatry. Our surgical program is fantastic. Last year in 2023, we actually grew our surgery program. Every year for the past 6 years, we have grown our surgical program. So that just demonstrates some of the access to care initiatives that we've had and keeping our community local. And certainly we have great partners that provide our cardiologists on site 5 days a week. That's unusual for a small community. So we're very fortunate to have some of those specialties available right here locally.
Now, as you look towards the future of DCMH, what do we see standing out there in front of us?
The healthcare environment post-COVID is very challenging for healthcare throughout the nation. And it's a very simple equation, but hard to solve. The economy with inflation has put 20% inflation on healthcare. The reimbursement does not keep up with that. So we're working through that right now, those inflationary challenges, and I'm confident we're going to manage through this. Fortunately, our team had put the organization in a really good position to weather a bit of a storm. And healthcare nationwide is going through that storm. So we're going to get through this, take great care of our community. But you can continue to look forward to Decatur County Memorial Hospital being local, serving our community with many community events. It's really important that we continue to connect with our community. Year to date, since January, we have provided over 800 screening exams for individuals in need in our community. In addition, just a testament to our team and the dedication to the community, over 1,300 hours of our team members have been dedicated to volunteering for our community in some way. And certainly here at the fair this week, we're increasing those hours significantly. So some exciting times in healthcare, particularly at Decatur County Memorial Hospital. We have realities to deal with, certainly, but with the community support and DCMH continuing to meet the needs of our community, I'm confident we're going to manage through this.
All right. Well, thank you for being here with us tonight. Before we go, I do want to mention sports physicals coming up, a couple of nights, school specific.
Yes, Tuesday evening, July 16th, coming soon. July 18th, that's Thursday, 4 to 7 p.m. at our Tree City Medical Partners location, 955 North Michigan. And also Wednesday the 24th, 4 to 7, same location. And there is a fee for these physicals, but I want to assure the community these dollars go right back to the schools. And this is something, again, we can connect with our community well with. And it's a need for our students in the area, and we want to put that out there. So thank you for prompting me on that.
Well, thank you again for being here tonight. I know you've been out and about as well. I've seen you, and it's been a long week, but we're on the downhill slide of Fair Week, but we've enjoyed every minute of it.
That's right. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break here on WTRE on YouTube, live in person at the Farm and Home Building.
Good evening and welcome to the Farm and Home Building. Holzbosch Dairy presents the Live at 5 on WTRE, powered by Cobia Solar, live from the Vinyl Solutions stage. We are on our Monday night of Live at 5, and we have our next set of guests.
All right, we are here tonight. We've got Meals on Wheels, Diana.
Hi.
Wheels on Wheels. Then we've also got Robin with Hillbilly Quarter. So two different initiatives going on. Diana, we'll start with you. Meals on Wheels has been long-standing in the community for how many years?
Well, actually, Meals on Wheels started in early 1975 from a group of Church Women United, it was called. And they started preparing the meals in the basement of the old YMCA just because they saw a need for homebound meals. And then it grew so much that then they decided to make it legal. And that's when it became Meals on Wheels, and they got a board. And at that time, they started preparing what was the Oddfellows home. And in 1992, we switched from the Oddfellows to the hospital, and that's where we still get them. They still provide them to us now there.
So for someone who's not aware of what Meals on Wheels is, give us just a description of what your service does.
We provide a hot, well-balanced nutritional meal for those that are not able to do so, whether it be because of their age or an illness or surgery or whatever. We try to do it at the lowest cost possible. We ask for $2.40 per meal. If they can't afford that, then we figure out what they can or if they can. And then the cost for us is about $6.50 per meal. So the difference of that is made up through donations and fundraisers and grants that we get from different things. So, and we have started a few years ago. We now offer not only to the city limits, but to the county, as well as the surrounding counties. Because the surrounding counties, there's no counties around us that offer a Meals on Wheels program, really. So we have, we've delivered, and we also have a pickup program for that. Pretty much every county that's around us, we have served. Right now, I think we're serving Franklin, Ripley, and there's one other, but I can't remember what it is. And then, of course, Decatur and the city limits. So we deliver in the city limits, and then we have the other program where it's a once-a-week program, either pickup or delivery that's available.
And the nice thing with Meals on Wheels, you can come on and off the program. So maybe you're going to have surgery and you're going to prepare on your own.
Right.
So you can maybe need it services for 6 weeks, or you might be somebody that needs it for a lifetime.
Of course, yes. And we pretty much have every aspect out there. And what I like to stress too is not only the meal aspect, but the daily contact, because a lot of people, they either don't have family available if they're elderly in the community, or their family's busy and doesn't have the time to go and check on them. So when you get your meals delivered, that's a way that you're getting contact with the outside world as well. And it's been a rough 12 months. I said to someone the other day, this past 12 months, I think we have found and helped more clients than we have in all the years added up before that. It's kind of funny. It goes in spurts like that. So
Now, if someone's out there listening, they know a family member themselves are needing this service, how can they go about getting that started?
they can give me a call at 812-663-6099. And it is my home, so if I'm not there, the answering machine's on, and they're welcome to leave a message, and then I'll get back with them as soon as I get home. So
Thank you for being here tonight.
you're welcome. Thank you for asking.
All right. We've got Miss Robin from Hillbilly Quarter.
Hi.
So you have a trailer out here this year as well, but tonight you're also doing something special. So why don't you tell us about both of them?
So, last year we didn't have a trailer and it was rough. This year we have a trailer and it's rough.
You didn't air condition that trailer, did you?
No, they tell me air conditioner won't help us. There's too many things in there producing heat, then the AC unit won't keep up. So anyway, we're on the struggle bus, but we're learning a whole lot of things about the trailer, but it's fun and people are really enjoying it. So the trailer's good. And then tonight we're
Let's
doing...
really quickly tell folks what you serve.
Okay, so right now we're doing, of course, ice cream.
The best.
Super
Ice cream.
premium ice cream.
That's right.
It really is the best, in my opinion. I still go to Super Twist, though. I have to get my pineapple whip fix for the year. So, so ice cream, Hillbilly Splits, which is strawberry ice cream, banana cream pie ice cream, and chocolate ice cream with strawberry topping, pineapple topping, hot fudge topping, whipped cream, nuts, cherries, more hot fudge. So
It's loaded.
it's loaded.
It's a lot.
It's a big deal. Yeah, and usually 2 people, maybe 3 people can eat that. So you probably ought to have a friend in this heat if you're going to get one of those today. So, and then we have lava cake sundaes, turtle sundaes, and we're doing slushies. And the slushies have been a huge hit this week. So
And then tell us what the special connection tonight is.
tonight, last year we did. We raised money for a family that was in need, and so I decided I wanted to do that again this year. So Dylan Eakin from South Decatur was in an ATV accident right before graduation. He did not get a walk across the stage and was lifelined. He went through a whole lot of touch and goes, and he is home out of the hospital. And I've been following his story, so I reached out to his family and said, hey, could we relieve some of the stress of the medical expenses and donate tonight? 20% of our sales will go straight to his family to help with his recovery expenses. So,
All right. And are you doing sandwiches at lunchtime as well?
well, we tried.
Okay, I understand.
It did not go over well. So I think people's mindset is this is an ice cream truck. So we're doing cinnamon rolls and coffee in the morning. That's been a huge hit. We tried the sandwiches and the charcuterie boxes. They did not go well. So, and I have always been, ever since I opened the Hillbilly Corner, I have let the customers tell me what they want and show me what they want. They spoke loud and clear, so we're not doing sandwiches. So,
Now, I had a red cream soda float a little while ago.
Uh-huh.
Outstanding.
yeah, yum.
So good. Well, again, that's 20% tonight goes to Dylan's family.
Yes.
So they can stop by, they can have their sandwich wherever, and then stop by and see you and get their sweet
Exactly.
treat.
Get that hillbilly split.
So for folks that may not know, where's your trailer here at the fairgrounds located?
We are right across from the headquarters building, right next to Stacy's, and kind of catty-cornered from Super Twist.
Okay, and then folks that maybe don't know where your store and your business where you can get the ice cream and stuff year round, where's that located?
So we are just outside of Greensburg on 46, headed towards Columbus on the left-hand side before you get to Hartsville.
And what are your hours?
And we are Tuesday through Thursday, 10 to 6, Friday and Saturday, 10 to 9.
Okay,
So, yeah.
perfect.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, for being here tonight.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate your time.
We
We're-
appreciate you guys.
Thank you. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break. Our sponsors this evening are Decatur County REMC, the Overmeyer Agri Group, Decatur County Recycling, the Napoleon State Bank, Stone's Farm Services, George's Pharmacy, Sear Heating and Cooling, the Acre Automotive Group, Hochmeyer Brothers, Dave Henderson for Decatur County School Board. In 2 minutes, we'll be back with Matt Mobley of the Holzbosch Dairy to give us our update from the farm today.
Oh, welcome back. We are coming to you live from the Decatur County Fair tonight, and it is Monday night. Beef show is completed today. Also, the poultry show, and we're gearing up for the tractor pull down in the grandstands. That'll kick off at 7 o'clock tonight, but the gates are open. Pit passes are $30, and grandstand is $10. 5 and under is free.
That's right. So our next guest this evening is Matt Mobley on behalf of the Holzbosch Dairy, which is sponsoring the Live at 5 this year. So Matt, we've talked a couple things, but already this week. So you're back for the third time. So we got to come up with a new topic. We'll get there. But you were also broadcasting and doing the live stream for WTRE today for the beef show. So tell us a little bit about that and what experiences you had.
I've raised beef all my life, but I've never been in 4-H with beef. So it was a brand new experience to me. In fact, I was quite nervous. But I had a young man by the name of Jalen that helped me with the broadcast today. It was amazing, a great job from the judge, from the contestants, from all the showmen. There was a young girl there by the name of Ava Doig, I believe, D-O-I-G.
Yep.
She worked herself all the way up from amateur to expert showman today. Amazing, amazing. Agriculture in Indiana, at least in southern Decatur County, has a very good future.
That's great, and it's so exciting to see those young members of our community take so much pride and be able to control such a large animal and do it so effortlessly.
Absolutely. These kids have, this is not a week-long event for them. It's a year-long event. You know, they will start in a couple weeks grooming their next charge for next year, whether it be a calf or a hog or what have you. It's humbling to watch these kids. It's reassuring to see that they have the energy and the spunk and the desire to do that. There's a lot of parents helping, but most of the kids were the ones busting the butts today. And it's hot, and they were all at it. It's very impressive. They put on a great fair here at Decatur County.
We do appreciate you doing that for us, helped us out with that live stream. And that's one thing the dairy is very much a proponent for, is supporting youth and agriculture and 4-H here in Decatur County.
Absolutely. We feel like, of course, that's the future of everything. Agriculture is 2% of the general society, feeding the other 98%. And if we can encourage 1 out of every 30 students to have an interest in it, whether even if they don't pursue it as a career, they gain the knowledge. And because most people, a lot of people don't know the background of agriculture or where some of their food products come from that they serve their own kids. So yeah, we want to reach out to help the youth in any way we can.
Obviously, Holzbosch Dairy is a big agricultural component. It has a lot of ag. We talked about this late last week. 6,500 head being milked, 8,000 cows on property. That requires a lot of inputs as well. So tell us a little bit about the cropping side of the dairy with, from silage to everything else that comes in.
Well, that's one of the most understood components about this particular dairy circumstance. We are not owners of much land. We run 6,000 to 7,000 acres of what we call cooperative ground. This is ground that we utilize the crops from, grown and raised by the owners or the renters, those that are experts in their fields already, pardon the pun, but they already know their craft back and forth, and we are not to improve upon it. We want to give them a bonus for helping us, allowing us to buy their crop and use it to feed our livestock. We have such a confidence in the community to do such a great job. We harvest around 6,000 acres of silage, which creates about 93,000 tons last year of silage for us to use in our TMR. TMR being a total mixed ration, which we create for our cows every day. We have currently right now, around 8 different rations, and we developed 3 of our own premixes, creating roughly around 620 tons of feed every day for our cows. And all of this starts with the quality of feed that creates our silage coming from the farmers in southern Indiana or Decatur County that do their craft so well. We like to do what we can to create win-win-win situations. If these guys take 2 or 3 hours away from their day to do something else, they feel like they're losing efficiencies on their dairy. And why should we improve upon what someone else has already created and expertise in? So we want to pride ourselves in doing the best we can and being dairymen and working with those that are experts in those fields that help us enhance our dairy operation. And we do that across the board. The people that are in charge of hauling all of our dairy milk is an outside source. The digester is an outside source. We have 14 to 18 different commodities that create our TMR. All of those come from primarily outside sources. All of our silage comes from in-house. Our forage grasses come from in-house, meaning local farmers. But a lot of the straw, a lot of the other commodities that we use come from outside vendors or growers. We even use a cottonseed hull in our premix. What traditionally has went into the landfill, we have learned it benefits our cows. So we're trying to help the environment in both ends of the spectrum, respectfully speaking.
Very good. Well, again, we thank you for your sponsorship this year on the show, and I believe you'll be back Wednesday evening with us as we wrap
Yeah, I
it up.
think we will.
All right.
We've got one more night with Matt and the Whole Splash Dairy as they present live at 5 on WTRE, powered by Cobia Solar, live from the Vinyl Solutions stage. We're going to take our last break. We're going to wrap up, and then we're going to get to today's Farmer of the Day.
Good evening and welcome back to the Decatur County Fairgrounds, where it is live at 5. It's been a good but busy evening.
It has been. It seems like we've been in a rush this evening, but we've had great guests that have talked to us about nonprofits and businesses that are helping in our community, and then, of course, businesses that are supporting our community as well. So it's been a great evening live at 5. The building is filling in for the donut eating competition.
It is. We're excited about this. There are lots of different agencies represented tonight, and they are
Go ahead.
getting ready for it. So I think that we are joining already in Congress, maybe? Yes.
So before we head over to the Farmer of the Day, let's be sure that we cover what's going to happen tomorrow here. So the horse and pony fun shows tomorrow. Of course, the buildings are open at 6:30 tomorrow evening's the Tom Swain Memorial 50th Anniversary Showmanship Contest, which is always a lot of fun and a great event, so you'll want to be sure that you do that. We're going to be back at 5, and the rides on Tuesday are 2 people for the price of one. This is the one Andy was making light of last time we met, where him and I could ride the Ferris wheel.
So tomorrow could be the day.
That's right. And in the grandstands is the dirt drags for the truck drags. So be sure to join for that as well.
All right, we're going to send it over to our farmer of the day with Ethos Insurance. Beth Enright is that sponsor.
I love my crew.
All right. My mother has no ability.
All right, we are good now.
Okay.
All right, Farmer of the Day segment here. I want to say it's brought to you by Ethos Insurance. Beth Amrine's the agent. We thank her for her sponsorship.
Yes.
Kylie Huber-Olson is our guest today. You are our Farmer of the Day.
Thank you.
And we want to talk a little bit about your family, because generations have been before you and started the farm. And so tell me a little bit about your grandparents and your parents.
Okay, well, my grandpa Keith Huber started the farm. It was a dairy farm. I'm not sure how many cows he started out with. My dad kind of told this whole story the other day, and I didn't pay attention to it too much, I guess. But he started doing that, and then my dad and his siblings kind of went along with it, and Dad was the main one who stuck around to work with the cows and with the planting and all that. And then me and my three siblings, we all worked on the farms, and of course as we got older, then we kind of all went our ways. We kind of all still helped out in different capacities, even though we've had other jobs. But it's just kind of been, like you said, a generational thing. And even my kids and my nieces and nephews still help out in capacities as well.
So we have, you do crops, you did dairy for years with, so and your mom was really involved in the dairy part too.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was the main milker, and she kept saying, like, anytime you want to give me a pink slip is okay with me. But that was her. She's still very involved in it as well, but yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the decision was made then to kind of retire from the dairy piece of it.
Yeah, about 2 years ago we decided that it was time to sell all the dairy cows, and that was a tough decision, but it was one that it was the right one. And even though there are days when we still miss it,
sure,
and then there's days we don't, right? With anything, but just for like our health and well-being, it was just time to branch out into something else.
So you guys now have some beef cows, right?
Yes.
And so talk a little bit about kind of what you're doing with those.
Well, right now I'd say we have around 25 beef cows and about 20 calves. So it's still a learning curve for us. Mm-hmm. This is something different than dairy. Some people think a cow is a cow. I personally don't think that. I'm like, when you work with both of them, or if you have the opportunity to work with a dairy or beef, they're both different. Mm-hmm. So it's like I said, it's a learning curve for us that we have to make.
And you continue to crop farm along with the cattle and stuff.
My dad and my mom primarily do all of that, and my brother or my brother-in-laws help with that as well.
So let's talk a little bit about you, because I know you also, vet tech. You have the experience in that.
Yes,
right?
I did graduate with a degree in vet tech, and I did work 12 years at a vet clinic, and then decided when I had my daughters that it was time to be a stay-at-home mom. So I've kind of put that career on the back burner, but it's just something that always stays with you though too.
Well, your experience as a vet tech, though, has got to be valuable working with your animals.
It is. And it was nice to work as a vet tech because you work with all sorts of animals. And then, bringing some of that experience back onto the farm, too, was nice.
So tell me about your family, your husband and your girls.
Yes, my husband is Justin Olson, and I have two daughters, Sadie and Nora. We have about four cows of our own at our house, so that's just something new that we're trying. Since with the dairy, you kind of miss it working with cows every day, so having something on our own place to keep us busy really helps.
Yeah, that well, and the little girls like that. don't they?
Right, yeah, and it helps us with them too because when I was younger, you were on the dairy farm all the time, and growing up on a farm is just something that we really shouldn't take for granted. There's not too many people that get that opportunity to work on a farm. So if I can just give them a little snippet of what I had as a kid, that means all the world to me.
I think that farming and agriculture, it runs in your blood.
Yes, it
I think
does.
that people that grow up that way, you tend to have, your kids tend to always have a little bit of that there.
Yes.
And I think that there's no better place to grow up, do you?
No, there is not. We are blessed.
Absolutely. All right. Kyla, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
for
our
having
farmer
me.
today. We appreciate it. And keep raising those cows because we love it.
I will try. Thank you.
All right, thank you.